and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I'm Becky, your yarn host, and today we are going to be doing the Suzette stitch ear warmer. I put a knot in the middle of it. There's a couple of ways that you can seal this off, but we are doing this back and forth. The yarn that I am using I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and got to get my glasses on. This one is Baby Bee Soft and Sleek Low Pill Fiber. It's 4 ounces, 208 yards. It is color flannel. It's really soft yarn. This is a 4 ounces, 208 yards, 190 meters, 100% low pill acrylic, a 4 medium worsted weight yarn, machine washable and dryable, and it calls for a 6mm hook, and which is a US J10. I decided to use a 5.5mm hook. I think a 6mm is just a little bit big. It made my stitches too big. You will also need a needle and a pair of scissors. So let's get started with the Suzette stitch. Okay, so I have chained 74 stitches, and that makes it roughly 18 inches. So for this headband, that's what I'm going to do, 74 stitches. It will grow a little bit on you, and then on your 74 stitches you add 3, so it's an even number plus 3. Then we're going to go back and we are going to do 1 double crochet into this stitch. We're going to chain 2, and then we are going to do a single crochet into that same stitch. Then we are going to skip 1, 2, and in the third stitch we are going to make 2 double crochets in that same stitch, a chain 2, and a single crochet back down into that same stitch. And we're going to do that all the way across. We're going to skip 2, 1, 2 in that third stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, a single crochet, and we're going to repeat that stitch across until we get to the end, and I'll be back whenever I get to the end. Okay, here we are coming up to our very last stitch. If I can get it in there. Last one's always my worst one. We're going to do our 2 double crochets just like before. Chain 2 and our single crochet back into the same stitch. This last one's always a pill to get into. Okay, and this is what you should look like. Then we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and find your chain 2 space, which is right here at the very beginning, and we're going to do a double crochet back into that chain 2 space. Then we're going to chain 2, and we are going to do our single crochet back into that chain 2 space. Now from now on we will be working into the chain 2 spaces all the way across. So we're going to find our next chain 2 space, and we are going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and our 2 double crochet, or our single crochet back down in there. Then we're going to skip to the next one. We're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and our single crochet back into our chain 2 space. Go to the next chain 2 space, and you can just find it by pulling it apart. It'll pull right apart. 2 double crochets, and we're going to repeat this across. This will go relatively fast now that you've got your setup row done. You should be able to do this relatively quickly because you're just working into your chain 2 spaces. There's no counting or anything. You're just working into your chain 2 spaces all the way across. And you just go to the next bump and find your chain 2 space. And I am going to finish this ear warmer out and show you how to connect it, or how I'm going to connect it anyway. And this is what you should be looking like. And I'll come back whenever I get it roughly 3 or 4 inches tall and show you what it looks like and how we're going to connect our ear warmer. Okay, here we are at our last stitch. So we are going to do our 2 double crochets, chain 2, single crochet, then we are going to chain 3, turn our work, and repeat what we did before, which is our double crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that first stitch. So in your first stitch, always you're going to chain 3. That counts as your first double crochet, and then your 3 or your double crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And in your end stitch, you're going to end just like before, your 2 double crochets, chain 2, single crochet, and turn your work. So it's just a 1 row repeat all the way across. And that's how you're going to always start it the same way and finish it the same way. And I will be back. Okay, so this is what your ear warmer should look like. And trying to find the end of my tape measure. It is roughly 3 inches tall, 3 1/4 inches, or wide. And so now you can leave it like this and then go to the next step. I do not want these ridges. I want it straight across the top as well as the bottom. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and in the first single crochet, you're going to single crochet. And in your chain 2 space, you're going to single crochet. In the first double crochet, which is right here, you're going to single crochet. In the second double crochet, which is right here, which is going down into this valley, you're going to half double crochet. So your single crochet, single crochet in your chain 2 space, single crochet into your first double crochet, and then half double crochet into the second one, and it will straighten out your edge. And then single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, half double crochet. And you just repeat that all the way across, and it's going to straighten out your edge to where it looks pretty much straight, and by the time it stretches out, it'll be straight. And I'm going to repeat this across until I get over here to this other end, and then I'll come back and show you how to join them together. Okay, I'm at the end, and in the chain 3 space, we are going to, top of the chain 3, you're going to want to do a single crochet. Now, my top is pretty much even, so now what we're going to do is we are going to fasten off, leaving a pretty good size tail. And I am going to get a needle, pull this out here. And you can either stitch this straight, or you can do what I'm going to do. If you want to stitch it straight, you just crochet it back and forth. You can even slip stitch it if you want to, back and forth. You can also put a twist in it and crochet the bottom to the top, which would twist your work. But I am going to do the C again. Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. Put this in the middle. Create 2 C's, a forward C and a backward C, making sure that you get all of your edges whenever you start stitching this. Actually, I started at the wrong side. Okay, here's where your yarn is coming out. You need to snug that down, and we're going to go where our yarn is coming out, and we are going to sew through this one underneath this loop, making sure that we catch this end in the middle of this one, and we are going to pull that tight. And we need to make sure that we catch all 4 of those all the way across. That middle one may fall down. You need to snug it and then skip over and go through all 4 layers. Back and forth like so. Making sure you catch all 4 layers. Here's the first layer, here's the second layer, here's the third layer, and there's the 4th layer. One, 2, 3, 4. Make sure we catch all 4 of those layers. Now, if you don't feel like this is good enough, which I usually whip stitch over the top of it to make sure it's snug, I will come back and go back across and whip stitch all 4 layers. And that'll snug down your, it snugs down your, the bulk of your headband also. It doesn't let it be so bulky. See how this side's really bulky and this side's snug and tight? That's why I do that. And I wear a lot of ear warmers. I have a thing about hats where they make me too hot. So I have a hard time, even in the summertime, I have a hard time wearing hats. And if I did it right, you have a twisted headband. I don't know if you can see how. There we go. Then you cut it off and you weave in your ends. Both ends will need to be woven in, and you are good to go. And both sides are straight and even, and then you have your twist over here, which you can pull it out this way if you want to. This is your right side. And there you go. Cut these ends off. And then you just weave in your ends back and forth just like you normally would. And that is your headband. Okay, so here's what your headband should look like, or your ear warmer should look like. It is 3 inches wide over across your ears. It'll narrow down here at the front. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. We will be doing 2 other items out of this stitch, and you can see the zigzag on it. The zigzag that it creates. Hopefully I'll get Wednesdays up before I have to cook, because Wednesday is the day before Thanksgiving and I've already got family in, so hopefully I can get that done. And then Friday, I'm going to try to start Friday. May not have a video the day after Thanksgiving. I'm not sure. Depends on what I get done before Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I guess this is Wednesday's video. So hopefully I can get one done for Friday, or at least get it started. So give me a like, thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one.